in NLP, we talk about a distinction, which is basically called self and other. And when someone has a self orientation, it means that their attention is primarily focused on getting their needs met and what's important to them. And I want to make a distinction between self-orientation and selfish, which has a different connotation. But basically, having a self-orientation basically means that you're primarily focused on getting your needs met, and you're seeing the world from your perspective. You're very much in the first person. And then you can contrast that with an other orientation, which is where you're primarily interested in someone else getting what they need. And it's easy to say other orientation is better, and those people are more charitable. I think it's more useful to just begin to notice the differences of both so that you can get more fluid in moving from one to the other. Beginning to notice times when you're having a strong self-orientation, which some people have a difficult time doing. Some people are always deferring to other people's wants and needs, and have a tough time really speaking from a place of what they need and what they want. Whereas other people are maybe overly grounded in a self-orientation. This is one of the richest distinctions, in my opinion, in the NLP world. And NLP is not the only place that talks about this type of distinction. But I found something really interesting. One is usually when people are in a point of conflict, very often they're both slipping into a self-orientation. And the more people dig their feet into a self-orientation, they're less able to find any middle ground and find a place that will work, or that will create movement. I never thought about if two people are in other orientation. I don't think it causes conflict. I think it's usually when two people are really grounded in like, what, hey, my argument is important, or this is important, or it can be something as simple as like we should go here for dinner. That very often will cause conflict. If you can get to a point of balancing self and other orientation, most people then are willing to talk, willing to work together to find something that works with both people. And there's an interesting trick that I've learned over the years, which is if you really are somebody who's more often in self, what I've found is that the best way to actually get what you want is to learn how to have another orientation. And if you get really good at understanding what someone else wants and align your goals, your desires with their wants, that's the quickest way for you to get what you want. So it's really interesting. It's kind of a trick in the whole thing. In our design as humans, it's that if I get really, really good at paying attention to other people's wants and needs, and I do my best to help them in that direction, I'm more likely to be able to get some of what I want. And what you're really looking for, it's not giving somebody what they need at the expense of what you need. It's really holding both as very important. Like, yeah, I want you to get what you want and need, and I want me to get what I want and need. And the sweet spot is if you can find common ground in any respect, then you can build from there. And then both people are getting more of what they want. this a good point to look for this is the book Getting to Yes, which was this famous negotiation method. And basically in the Getting to Yes methodology, the idea was to explore, okay, what do I want? What does it look like at maybe at the level of behavior? What do I want? Okay, I want to go to dinner in this particular restaurant. And then what does my colleague want? Well, they want to go to a different restaurant. Then what we would do at that level, we have a conflict now, right? Because I have what I want, they have what they want. That only shows up as conflict. But if you ask me, okay, what will me going to the restaurant achieve for me? Then I can say, well, I can eat some good food and have a good time. So I'm going to have good food, good time. And if I ask the other person, they may also want good food and good time. And then if we ask that again, well, what will that do for you? I might realize that, oh, well, having good food and good time, I really get to enjoy myself. And the other person may also have that. We're looking for a shared value, a shared outcome or value. And once we have that, then we can say, okay, what we agree on is we both want to enjoy ourselves, have a good time. What can we do? Can we move back down and find something that works for both of us and still achieves that having a good time or enjoying ourselves? So that's the longer form way of doing it. You keep moving up. What will this do for me? What will this do for me? Until you reach a point where there's a common shared outcome. And then very often it may be in a case like this, like, okay, we both want to enjoy ourselves. Well, maybe we'll go for a walk. And after we can go eat separately, and then we can go for a walk and we both get to enjoy ourselves. But the main thing is learning how to get very curious and very curious about what the other person wants and is trying to achieve for themselves. So at times I'll step into the other person's shoes, and I'll imagine that I'm holding their want. And then I start thinking about, okay, what things can I do to contribute to this? And can I get those to align with what I want? So like this is a bit of a quick version. This is a bigger topic, but the next time you find yourself in any form of conflict and not getting what you want, if you pause for a moment and begin to think, okay, what is the other person wanting or needing in this moment? And can I align my wants and needs with helping them get what they want? And you'll be light years ahead. Like this can really do a tremendous job of melting conflict, so much so that it looks like there is no conflict there. There's no time for conflict to emerge. And also, if you ever have a chance to observe other people in conflict, I think you'll notice that they're both grounded in this self-orientation, and that they don't have much awareness or consideration for what the other person is wanting. So I encourage you to give that a shot, and hope that goes well for you.